Hello, everyone. So I was really thinking about this today and decided I was just going to go ahead and throw up a video, even though I don't know what kind of reaction this is going to get. But let me just start off by saying this is not in defense of white women at all. In fact, this is just an observation of white female behavior that I find very puzzling. And I've found it very puzzling for decades. I've known that white women are very complicit in white supremacy. I've known this for forever. I know that they understand whiteness is a commodity, so therefore, when they vote against their own interests as a woman, they're still benefiting from white supremacy, which is why most of them will vote against their own interests. But what I don't understand, and I'm gathering my thoughts here, but what I don't understand is how white women can continue to uplift white men when it's pretty clear that white men hate them. Yeah, and I'm going to give two examples today, but first I want to take it back to like when I was in college. So the first time I noticed this, so just so you guys understand a little bit about my background, I grew up in Washington, D.C., which when I grew up was the chocolate city. Everybody was black. Pretty much they had white neighborhoods, but pretty much the city was black. The mayor was black. The city council was black. The police chief was black. The fire chief was black. Everybody was black. It was a black town. So this is my early childhood, teenage years. I grew up in a black space. I did not spend time in white spaces until I got to college. When I got to college, this was the first time I noticed that white men do not like white women. And I say this because I repeatedly saw incidents of white men disrespecting white women in front of everyone and white women just being okay with it. And I thought that was crazy. For example, there was one time where I was sitting next to a white woman and a white man, and the white man called her a bitch in front of everybody. Now, this was not a playful bitch. This was like, I'm trying to cause harm to you type of bitch. It was crazy to me. In the moment, because I was sitting between them, I was like, couldn't be me. Like, he couldn't call me a bitch. And I just sit there. And her reaction was to laugh it off, which I thought was insane. I thought it was insane that she laughed it off like it was no big deal. This guy had some issues and I could see that he was feeling a way towards me, but let me be very clear. I was in my mind daring him to disrespect me because I don't know what my reaction would have been, but it wouldn't have been to laugh it off. Just so we're clear, he never disrespected me in that class. But this is something that I have observed with white women, that white women will continue to let white men mistreat them and harm them and just disrespect them, and they will still support white men. It's crazy. But here are two examples that I think are proof that white men really do hate white women, but because white women are complicit in white supremacy, they continue to like drag them along in their whatever. All right, example number one. Monica Lewinsky. Yes, Monica Lewinsky. Monica Lewinsky was in her early 20s when Bill Clinton was president of the United States. I think he was either his late 40s or early 50s. Bill Clinton took full advantage of Monica Lewinsky being naive, being immature, being in a power dynamic situation where she had little to no power. He fully took advantage of her. He used her. He basically, I would say to me in this situation, this was a sexual type of aggression that she wasn't ready for and she didn't understand. And because she was naive, she just didn't get it. She didn't understand the power dynamics that were at play. Now, according to the people who voted for Trump, patriarchy is, the great thing, and men are supposed to protect women, right? Right? But this is what happened. They didn't protect Monica. Monica was not protected because she was young or because she was a white girl. They didn't protect her. They absolutely just ran her into the ground. They made it's like she took advantage of him, which is impossible given the power dynamic. Like, a lot of people don't understand power dynamics. He was the president of the United States. She was an intern. He had all the power. He was almost twice her age. She was a kid to him. Although she was legally an adult, she was a child to him. And he took full advantage of that. And I want people to understand that when you take advantage of the power dynamic, you are in the power position. So technically speaking, the patriarchy should have run to her aid, should have helped her, should have chastised Bill Clinton and said, how dare you take advantage of this young white woman? But that didn't happen. That's not what happened, which tells me that white men don't care about you at all. They don't. But yet, for some reason, you keep voting for them to I don't know, to uphold white supremacy. Now, my other example of how much white men hate white women is Martha Stewart. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check out the documentary. I think that you should. But I found it very interesting that this white woman, who at the time, you know, she represents all the whiteness. She's tall, she's blonde, she's pretty, she's smart, she's business savvy. But instead of going, wow, you've achieved all the things, you've created $1 billion company. Instead of these white women saying, man, you're amazing, you should be up here with us, they sent her to jail. Yeah, they punished her for being successful. Because white men hate white women just as much as they hate everybody else. It's just that for some reason, white women are not catching it, that they hate them. But yeah, she was sent to jail, not for insider trading. No. Everybody that made the same trade that she did not go to jail. She was sent for lying to the FBI. She was sent to jail for lying in an investigation. That's why. But that was to humble her. How dare you, as a woman, achieve what white men are only supposed to achieve? She was sent to jail for you know, stepping out of her place, because white men don't want white women to be, you know, ambitious or successful either. It's just that they are complicit in the white supremacy. So if white women do something great, they're like, oh, you know, here's a little pat on the back. But really, they don't want white women to achieve the level of success that they have. They don't want white women to have any power. They do hate you guys. White men hate you guys too. It's not just us. They hate you too. But I just thought that was really interesting that white women are out here supporting those that hate them just to uphold white supremacy. It's crazy, right? So anyway, that was my thoughts for today. I don't know how this video is going to go across, but why don't you guys tell me what you think? As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and peace, guys.